Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Lisa from Potsiefighter and I'm back today with another video. This time I am having my first project as a guest designer for the Paperbasics design team. I will have all of the links down below, and I'm using this mud colored cardstock, and I trimmed it in half, so I have a 6 by 12 piece of cardstock, and I scored it at 6 inches, so I have my own card base, and I'm using those flowers from Paperbasics. These are called flowers and breads, and these are the pack of green. So here I'm just deciding how I want or making my own paper flowers basically. And I'm also using this laser cut tractor, which I at first had no idea what I was doing with, and now it's my first project and I'm already using it, so that's good. And I put together the breads and the flowers, and I kind of already put it together, and then I remembered that I have to put it poke it through the paper, so I didn't do it, or I put it back up. Sorry for my camera, I went a little crazy there. And sometimes the hole wasn't big enough, so I used my scissors and made the hole bigger. And I tried to get a variety of flowers, and here I was looking for my craft knife, which wasn't there, so I have to get it real quick, because with my scissors I always trim or always rip my paper, so I wanted to use something that is sharper, and I wanted the flowers to overlap and also to go out of the like over the page kind of, or over the paper. And oh, I forgot to mention, this is a paper from the Quality Papers paper pack. It doesn't say a collection or anything. That's all I know. But you can see the paper pack in my unboxing video that I did last week. And I am just putting on all of the little flowers, and I just love them. They're so great. And trying to like push those down real good. And also that one I was a little hard because it was kind of sticking together kind of. So here I wanted to put in the tractor in there, and I thought it was really cute, kind of coming out of the flowers. And I wanted to use the clear crafting glue by DEUTSCH, but the tip is yeah, that happened, and the tip was too broad, so I had to use my fine line tip with my tacky glue to adhere that, and I tried to pick up all of the pieces where the glue went out of it. So this is basically my card front, and I'm using this yellow baker's twine by, is it DEUTSCH or DEUTSCH? No, it's DEUTSCH or DEUTSCH. It's DEUTSCH, I think. And I'm using this stamp set, or the special delivery stamp set from Fiskars, which I use a ton lately. And I wanted to use that special delivery stamp or sentiment, and I wanted to, so I had this idea that I would put on baker's twine across the upper third of the card, and then I thought, why not attach a little tag that says special delivery? So that's what I'm doing, and I got another paper from the paper pack, and this is this like olive green paper that just matched perfectly. It's kind of like distressed looking, so I'm using the special delivery stamp with my Memento Tuxedo Black ink, which I love so much, and I am stamping it on there. And then I'm putting it like on the ribbon, and I'm just making a bow knot using my, not a bow knot, just a normal knot, and using my reverse tweezers to hold it in place. And also using some Scotch tape on the edges so it doesn't go anywhere it shouldn't, and making sure that that stays in place as well. Trimming off the ends of the baker's twine so it really is not too bulky. It is a bit bulky, obviously, and I'm using this is like a photo adhesive kind of thing that I keep on one of those Scotch tape dispensers, and I adhered that down because the label was a bit too, like it was moving too much from my taste. And this is a stamp I got as a freebie for order from another shop, and it says danke, which means thank you. And I used the same paper that I used on the tag, and I trimmed it down a bit, just through my liking. Didn't really have anything like a special measurement in mind, and I rounded the corners and used my tape roller to adhere it. And then I remembered that I had one flower that was matching the flowers that I have on the card front, and I didn't want to use the others because the others were more blue, and I really wanted to stick with the color scheme I had. And I looked for a little one of those little, what's that, like a pearl, like a half pearl, and I chose the green one. So now I use the clear craft glue that is also available in the Paperbasics shop, and adhering that down with the little pearl. And now I'm using my Memento Tuxedo black ink. I actually wanted to use the handmade stamp from the Paperbasics shop, but I don't have mounting foam, so I couldn't, I have not mounted the stamps that I got. I showed all of those in my unboxing video last week, and so I had to stick with my Made with Love stamp set from Technique Tuesday. And I also so I checked the kind of how high or how broad the foam squares were from a scrapbook adhesive, so I could choose the proper size or the proper height of the pop dots or the pop squares, or it's not squares, it's rectangles, the pop adhesive that I use from my stash, because if I would have used those tiny squares, that would have taken a long time. So I just used double-sided tape, or double-sided foam tape actually, and pop rectangles from my stash, and just in between I used the foam squares, and I still used a ton of those because I really wanted the card not to be like saggy, because I am going to, well, by the time the video is up, I already shipped it to Petra, which she is the owner of Paperbasics, and I wanted to thank her, so I thought I would make a card for her and would send it to her. So I hope she likes it. By the time I doing this voiceover, she has not received it, so I don't know if she likes it or not. And now I'm peeling off all of the backing of my little foam adhesives. A lot of adhesive on there, a lot of backing paper. And now I am putting on the card front, on the card base, and I really love this card. It is not my go-to colors. I do not usually like yellow. I do not like green, and I especially do not like this mustardy yellow, and I love this card. It is so cute. I really love it. I trimmed off the edges. I wanted to use those envelopes, but then I realized that it's a different size, so I used a different one. And now I decided to use, since it was like a distressed ink, distressed look kind of, so on some of the pieces of the paper, I decided to use those Distress Stickles from Ranger. That was a collaboration between Ranger and I like Tim Holtz and the Stickles. So I put on a few like Stickles. This is walnut stain is the color that I used, and I put it on 2 of the flowers and also on the tag. Now it looks a bit not that good since it's still wet, but in the still shot you can see how it looks when it's dry, and I really love it. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye!